Hi, Bryan Danielson fans. How y'all feeling, huh? Probably just like them Sami Zayn fans was a couple of weeks back. Now look at you. What's up, my guys? And welcome back. I'm your host, Cody, and this is the Wrasslin Report Card. And what we do on this show is I take a wrestling show, I break down each match, I give it a letter grade, and at the end, I tally them some bitches up to give that show its own report card. So tonight, we had our first AEW pay-per-view of the year. That's right, I'm talking AEW Revolution, and we had banger after banger after banger. I tell you what, in our main event match, you had my guy MJF going up against Bryan Danielson in a 60-man Iron Man match. And I'm sorry, but I've heard them Danielson fans jawing all week. So now it's my turn, okay? But I'll get more into that later. Also, in a Texas death match, you had Jon Moxley going up against Hangman Page. And for the Trios Championships, you had the Elite taking on the House of Black. And y'all already know that was fire. Also, other championships, you had the TNT Championship on the line. You had the AEW Women's Championship on the line in a triple threat match. And then for the Tag Team Championships, you had a Fatal 4-Way. And at the end of that match, we had a huge return in the tag team division. So we also had a Chris Jericho in action. Christian was in action. A lot of stuff to talk about. So without further ado, go ahead, buckle up your seatbelts, and let's get to grading, my guy. And coming to you live from San Francisco is AEW Revolution. And in our first match of the night, after 27 years, 27 long years, Chris Jericho is set to take on Ricky Starks to have their final battle. I mean, hopefully. And these two were just trading shots, chops, kicks, and slaps the entire match. Then boom, we fast forward. Starks went for the spear. Jericho countered with a beautiful code breaker. However, he couldn't stop him the second time as Starks landed with a huge spear, but Jericho was able to kick out. Then, as the two were trading submissions back and forth, that sack of shit Sammy Guevara tried to run it up, but luckily Action Andretti stayed ready and he stopped him while the ref was busy with those two. Chris Jericho grabbed that damn baseball bat Floyd, clocked Ricky Starks with it, but when he went for the Judas effect, Starks managed to block it, and before Y2J even know what the hell was going on, Ricky Starks hit him with the Rochambeau, and ain't nobody kicking out of that, my guy. Starks get the 1, 2, 3, and hopefully after this match, these two stay far, far apart from each other. And for this opening match, I'm going to be honest, it's getting a C-. Like, I'm glad Starks got the win, but in my personal opinion, this pay-per-view would have been better off without even having this match on it. Like, we could have settled this on AEW Dynamite, my guy. Well, anyways, I'm going to keep moving on because we got another legend in action as we got Christian Cage taking on Jungle Boy Jack in a casket match. Okay, and if you thought the mesh that Christian used to wear back in the 90s was bad, this sumbitch came out in a cut-off turtleneck. Like, okay, you deserve to get your ass beat, my guy. Anyways, after Jungle Boy opened a can of whoop ass all over him, Christian started running away through the crowd, so Jungle Boy chased his ass down, poured a beer on him, and whooped his ass all the way back down to the ring, and business is picking up, my guy. That man Christian then took Jungle Boy's own belt off of him and just started tanning his hide with it. I mean, whooping his ass, and in front of his own family too. Come on, my guy. The two then started fighting up towards the stage, which is where the casket was. Then, next thing you know, Jungle Boy went flying off that sumbitch, wiping out Christian in the process, but with a low blow and a little dirt in the eyes, Christian was right back in it. Then boom, he hit a kill switch onto a chair, but when he went for the concerto, Jungle Boy moved, and then, after weeks and months of hesitation, Jungle Boy Jack finally grew his set and crashed his freaking skull in with the concerto. Christian, that's what you get for wearing a cut-off turtleneck, my guy. Anyways, Jungle Boy Jack then drug him over to the casket, threw him on in there, and after a moment of hesitation, he closed the lid on that sumbitch, dropping him down into the abyss. Probably right under the stage, but whatever, we can dream, right? And Jungle Boy Jack gets the much-deserved win. Now, for that match right there, I'm going to slap a B on that sumbitch. Honestly, that should have been the opener again. We should have just not had the Chris Jericho, Ricky Starks match on this. We could have done that on Dynamite, but hey, whatever. That was still cool right there. And it looks like the theme out of these first two matches is we're going to give the young guys a couple of wins over a couple of legends like Chris Jericho and Christian and see what that can do moving forward. Well, up next, we got some gold on the line as you got the Elite defending their Trios Championships against the House of Black. Hell yeah, brother. Ain't nothing like some good old-fashioned white-on-white crime, I tell you what. And holy shit, okay? What did we just watch? Like, I'm not even going to try and do this justice, my guy. These six just went absolutely nuts for like 15 minutes. And at the end of it all, Malachi Black picked up the 1, 2, 3. And new AEW Trios Champions is the House of Black. Well deserved, my guys. I like that, man, especially after everything Malachi Black went through earlier this year with his mental health. I hope my guy's doing better, and shout out to you. Also, let's be real, AEW needs Kenny Omega back in the singles division, and they need the Young Bucks back in the tag team division. They had their good run in the trios division, but let's get back to where we at. Now, we got to keep moving on. I told you, this is a stacked pay-per-view. Up next, we got the women's title on the line as we got Jamie Hayter defending against both Saraya and Ruby Soho, and for about 10 minutes, nobody got involved, and these ladies were just throwing down. But then both Storm and Baker tried running interference, and ironically, it almost led to Ruby, the only woman to show up to the ring without any help, pulling this sumbitch out. But at the end, after Saraya got her shit rocked, Jamie Hayter took advantage, rolled Ruby up, and got the 1-2-3 to retain her AEW Women's title. Then after the match, Saraya and Toni Storm were just laying the smackdown onto the champ and Britt Baker until Ruby Soho came back in and ran them off. Then, as she went to help out both the champ and Britt Baker, by God, Ruby turned on it. She laid them both out, and seemingly, it looks like she's gonna join Saraya and Toni Storm's little faction, and I don't know, the end of that felt very forced to me. It was like, hey, Ruby Soho's not getting over her face, so let's go ahead and turn her heel. She is an ex-WWE girl, so it kind of makes sense. But all I'm saying is Saraya and Toni Storm, they need a mouthpiece, and it's not Ruby Soho. Hopefully she can prove me wrong, but I just don't see it, my guy. Maybe they're still going to add somebody else, so who knows? Well, for that, I thought the match was great, but I'm giving it a C+. All that after the match, it just killed the buzz for me. Well, let's keep it pushing up next. We got the Texas Death Match. It's Jon Moxley taking on Hangman Page. But as Mox was making his way down to the ring, before we could even ring the bell, Hangman just comes flying in, wiping out Moxley. And by God, we got a Texas Death Match on our hands. So let's get this sumbitch started. Around the ring, we got chairs, tables, barbed wire, tables wrapped in barbed wire, chairs wrapped in barbed wire, and I tell you what, ain't no way Jon Moxley is making it 2 minutes in this match without bleeding. And yeah, literally 2 minutes in, and Mox was already bleeding like a stuck pig. And I mean, this may have been the most physical match I have ever seen, and that's saying something because I grew up on Mankind, okay? Mick Foley, yeah, that's that guy. But Jon Moxley is a freaking degenerate. Like, I feel like the sight of him seeing his own skin being prodded by barbed wire makes Mr. Moxley a happy man. These two literally try to murder each other. I witnessed my own son use a bicycle as a weapon. But no, this was crazy. Both guys got sent headfirst into that chair wrapped in barbed wire. Both guys were sent crashing through the tables wrapped in barbed wire. I saw barbed wire used in ways I can't even imagine. I'm a pretty imaginative guy, okay? Well, at the end of it all, Jon Moxley ended up introducing that chain he always likes to use, but that ultimately ended up leading to his downfall because Hangman Page grabbed that chain, wrapped it around that sumbitch's neck, and had him dangling over the ropes while pulling onto it, and Mox tapped out. Jon Moxley tapped out. Have you ever seen that? I don't know that I have. I've seen him stick a needle into his ass, but him tapping out, yeah, that was a wild sight. Great win for Hangman there. That's getting an A+. Like, what the things those two guys did in that ring are insane. Well, we got to move it on. We got another title match on our hands because next up, we got Wardlow taking on the TNT champ, Samoa Joe. And don't forget this Wednesday, Powerhouse Hobbs will take on the winner as he won that Face of the Revolution ladder match. Anyways, Wardlow might be the most athletic big man of all time, but tonight he's going up against a legend in Samoa Joe. Like, the way Wardlow can just climb the ropes up like a cruiserweight is insane, my guy. And Wardlow was showing off all that athleticism, but Joe damn near put him away with the clutch. And when that didn't work, Joe took a page out of Wardlow's book when he hit him with the powerbomb, but he got a little too cocky when he went for the symphony because that allowed Wardlow to take advantage. And by God, he returned the favor. He put that big sumbitch in the coquina clutch, and I'll be damned if he didn't put his ass down with it. And new two-time TNT champ. That's right, I'm talking about Wardlow. And don't forget, after winning the Face of the Revolution ladder match this past Wednesday on Dynamite, it will be Powerhouse Hobbs taking on Warlow this Wednesday for the TNT Championship. And we all know Samoa Joe's probably going to run down and interfere. However, if that finally leads to that triple threat match between those three, well, we going to be eating, because by God, that's just going to be some big men slapping man meat. But for that match we just had, I'm going to give it a B-. Well, we got to move on. We got the tag team titles on the line in a fatal four-way match. We got the champs, the Ass Boys, the Acclaim, Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal, as well as Orange Cassidy and Danhausen. I don't care who wins, as long as it ain't the Ass Boys. Anyways, all four teams come down. We get the bell rung, and by God, let's get this sumbitch started. And okay, one thing I don't understand, why do people still attack Orange Cassidy when he puts his hands in his pockets? He's been doing this for years. When he does that, my guy goes Super Saiyan, and I just don't get it. Make it make sense to me. Well, after a pretty entertaining match, remember what I said earlier? I'm cool as long as the Ass Boys don't win. Well, guess what happened? The Ass Boys won, and did y'all see the crowd like that? It was dead. They didn't even boo. It was dead silence, crickets. That is not the response you want. I was like, this was about to get a D, maybe a C-. And then the music hit, and I said we got a big return. Out comes FTR to save this tag team division from the Ass Boys. I mean, come on, what we doing here? But at least we got the big return from it. So if I'm going to grade it, it's getting a flat out B. The match was good. The decision for the winners is done, but FTR coming back and the focus probably going to be on them moving forward. I guess it makes sense, but I mean, did you see that crowd's reaction when the Ass Boys won? That was terrible, my guy. We would have been better off on that Dynamite just giving those belts to Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal, because at least people hate Jeff Jarrett and he gets some kind of reaction. I don't know why though, because ain't he great? Man, well, y'all know what time of the show it is. That's enough of the talk, because it's time for the main event. We got a 60-minute Iron Man match. Yeah, the one y'all said MJF wasn't going to be able to pull off. Well, he defends tonight against the king of Iron Man matches. That's right, I'm talking about Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon. More like MJF dragging that boy all over the ring for 60 minutes. So we get this sumbitch started. Danielson goes up 1-0. So smartly, MJF gives him a low blow, which put him down 0-2 due to a DQ. But after that, he picked up not one, but two falls. So now we got a tie ball game, 2-2. We go into 3-3 with about 10 minutes left, and shit starts getting crazy. MJF laid Danielson across the table before he climbed up the ropes, hit a Ricky Savage-esque elbow drop, which had the entire crowd on their feet, and then he grabbed that sumbitch, hit him with the tombstone back into that broken table. And at one point when they went out into the stands, MJF took a drink from a lady and then dumped it on her kid's face, and that had everybody mad on the internet. Like, y'all gotta quit being so sensitive, man. This is why wrestling is lame nowadays, because everybody takes everything so personal and wants to make everything a problem. He's a heel. You're supposed to do it. Boo him. You're supposed to boo him. Quit crying about it and just enjoy the show. If you don't like it, go watch WWE, man. I like WWE too. Don't get mad at me. What? Well, so we get to 3-3, but we get to the end of the time, so we got a draw. But then Tony Schiavone comes down. He says that Tony Khan says this match ain't ended like that. So we go into sudden death. And by God, I thought Bryan Danielson won it. I was about to get pissed off. It was a beautiful, beautiful match. Bryan Danielson damn near pulled it off. But he didn't see MJF, who crawled outside the ring, and when Danielson went to peek over, MJF had that oxygen tank, smacked Danielson in the head with it, and then applied the label lock, and ultimately, Bryan Danielson joined his Blackpool Combat Club member as he submitted, and still, AEW champion, the king, the new king of the Iron Man matches, the new American Dragon. Yeah, I know y'all gonna be mad at me, but I don't care. I listened to y'all talk crap all week about my guy, scarf and all, came out, whooped that ass, in great shape, and leaves the AEW World's Champion. That's my guy, that's my dog, MJF. Well, man, y'all know what time of the show it is. Woo. Well, I guess I gotta grade that first. For that main event, let's get an A+, man. That definitely, in my opinion, best Iron Man match I have ever seen. And again, for everybody who says that MJF sucks in the ring, did you hear him, hey Dave, is that gonna cost me a star rating? That was pretty funny too. But for everybody that says MJF sucks in the ring, y'all gotta start eating y'all's words, man. My guy has shown up. The Takeshita match was crazy. In this match tonight, he shut all y'all down. All right, for reals this time. Y'all know what part of the show it is. We already got the grades in. Now let's take a look at that report card. After tallying everything up, we came out with a final letter grade of a B+. That's right, an 87%. What a show. Yeah, besides that Chris Jericho Ricky Starks match, this pay-per-view was a banger, my guy. I really look forward to what AEW is going to do moving forward and who's going to be MJF's next opponent. You got Adam Cole. You got a returning Kenny Omega to the singles division. And you always got the CM Punk hope. Don't jump on me too hard for that. Well, once again, y'all know what it is. I'm your host, Cody. Shout out to my guy, OG Bobby Knife Hop, for the music. Shout out to everybody that tunes in, all 12 of you. I hope all you stay safe and have a nice day.